In my last video, I was showing to you that sometimes in iOS, if you take a photo or you get a photo from the library, the system is handling the photo on a way that it's also saving its position or its orientation in the application. So you might be surprised if you upload this photo into your web server and you try to save it, because the orientation value is not saved together with the upload, and as such, when you are downloading it, you are basically losing this information from the download, and then you don't know exactly what was the original orientation. So you might end up with this situation what I showed in the previous video. So when you take the photo from the photo library, and actually this photo here has a different orientation. If I'm selecting another one, it has a basic orientation, so it's basically oriented as it is shown on the display. So if I click on this, I'm showing here in this debug window the actual orientation of the photo. So this is the default orientation. So as it is, basically, so as you can see it on the screen. But if I'm taking another one like this one, you can see that the image orientation is 1. And this means that the picture itself is basically upside down. But as you can see that the iOS is displaying the picture on the right orientation, so it's not showing the original orientation. So if I'm uploading it into the web server, and then I downloading it again, then I will get the wrong orientation, or actually the original orientation, which will be the upside down orientation. So what you can do in this case, of course, that either you are uploading into the web server the orientation of the picture with the value, and when you download it into your application again, or you use maybe a web application, then the orientation will be wrong. So you need to make sure that you are handling this orientation issue on the application side at the download phase. But the other solution is when you basically take this orientation what the system is giving to you, and before you are saving the picture itself, you basically transform it into the normal, the default orientation. So basically for the right orientation what you want to see on your application. So this is when I uploaded the photo now, and if I'm just change it to see, then when I download it again, you will see that it's upside down. So as I said, either you upload the orientation value together with the picture and save this orientation value, and then when you download the picture, you rotate the picture back to the right orientation. That's an option, but there is another option, of course, if you do this already before you upload the file. So what I want to show here is that how you can do this. Typically these kind of things are going to happen with a kind of extension, so that's the easiest way to do it. So here we can make an extension to the UI image object, and we can call it like this, fixed orientation. So what we are doing here, what I'm doing here is that I'm taking the orientation itself, and as you can see that there are several kind of orientations for the UI image object. So if I'm taking the the image itself, the UI image, and I'm going to the orientations. Then you can see that there are many: up, left, down, right, left mirror, up mirror, and so on. So these are basically can be compared with the raw value itself, because this is just giving the number which can be mapped to this to these orientations. So then, based on this, of course, the meaning of this, that how it actually oriented by the photo application or the camera application, or inside the library. So the library itself is also saving this orientation, and actually this is saved in the image file itself. But when you change it to the JPEG file or a PNG file, then you might miss this information out from the save. So that's why you need to make sure that you are not really using as a camera photo or a camera image, because you didn't save it in the right format. So then we need to transform this image to the right orientation. So we need to make a transformation object, let's say, and we need to define how the orientation should be changed. So of course, if you have an orientation down or down mirrored, this means that you need to rotate the picture by 180 degrees. So basically, these are the orientations. So either you change it by 180 degrees or 90 degrees or minus 90 degrees, and then if it is up or up mirrored, you don't need to rotate the picture itself. But of course you need to handle the mirrored effect as well, because even if the picture would look like in the right orientation, if it is mirrored, then of course, for example, text on the picture could be mirrored, and then you can see that it's not the right orientation of the picture. So here the mirroring is handled. So basically this can be done with the scale function, that we just simply transform it to the right direction. Okay, so then when it is done, then you need to convert the original image, because you can't transform the image itself. You need to use this CI image to make the transformation. The weird thing is that within the iOS or within Swift, you have several image formats, let's say. So you have the CI image, and you have the CG image, and you have the original image itself. So if you want to transform the image, you need to have the CI image. But for that, you don't have the conversion from or actually you have a conversion function. So you can make the CI image and you can use the UI image if everything is right. Image, so here this one. But sometimes this function doesn't work, because the UI image what you want to use for the conversion is giving back a 0. So when you would use it like this, like self, because here we are extending the original UI image into this, the self would give back a wrong value. So I mean, not wrong value, but a null value, and because of this you would not be able to convert it. So what is suggested by Apple is that you should convert, or you should use the CI image or CG image, let's say representation of the UI image itself. So when you are using it like this, then you can always get back the right image format, and then you can make the translation or transformation. So this is what this extension is doing. That once we converted the image itself to the CI image format, then we can apply the transformation what we created above earlier. So then we are returning this image as a UE image again. So basically we are just taking the original image and we are returning the transformed image. So how we can use it finally, that of course when we want to get the picture, or we can put it basically right after we took the picture, either from the camera or from the photo library, or we can do it before we want to save the image itself. So because I was taking the camera photo from here or from the library, I would put it here. So then we take here the what was the name? So fixed orientation. So yeah, so we need to put here fixed orientation function, and then this new image will be the taken image with the fixed orientation. So that's the only thing what you need to do, and you will see that however the image orientation will still show here that it is the original orientation what we taken for the transformation, but after the upload and the download, the orientation will be right. So let's take again the photo and upload it again. Okay, so the photo is uploaded, and then we can just change again just to see the result. So as you can see that the picture was rotated to the right orientation, and now when you download it, it will be shown in the right direction or right orientation. What is interesting that of course you need to do it in iOS, because iOS is handling the pictures or images in a different way than the Android system. In the Android, even if you rotate the phone and you take the picture like that, this rotation is basically not affecting the saving of the image itself. So finally, if you upload a photo from the Android application, then the orientation of the picture will be always the right natural orientation. So how you would really see the original image. So that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe.